Welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, October 25th, 2024. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines flag was hoisted today by Consular General Rodney Luther McIntosh alongside the United States flag at the Bowling Green Charge and Bull Triangular in Manhattan, New York, to commemorate the country's 45th independence anniversary. The flag raising ceremony organized by the Consulate General of SVG saw several dignitaries from New York in attendance. New York City Commissioner for International Affairs Edward Mulmerstein expresses appreciation for Vincentians and their contributions to New York City.
Today we come together to honor 45 years of independence for St. Vincent's and the Grenadines. It is truly a privilege to celebrate this milestone with a vibrant Vincentian diaspora in New York City. Especially in Brooklyn, where so many of our brothers and sisters have created a second home. From breathtaking the black sand beaches of St. Vincent to the bustling streets of Brooklyn, we see the culture, the values, and the spirit that remain deeply rooted no matter where the Vincentians are in this world. In many ways, New York City feels like an extension of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially when the community gathers for celebrations like Vinci Day. These moments remind us of the importance of staying connected to our heritage. For those of you in the diaspora, you carry St. Vincent in your hearts every day. Whether you're sharing the rich history with the next generation, introducing others to delicious dishes, or bringing the rhythm of soca and the steel pan to the streets of Brooklyn.
Consul General Rodney Luther McIntosh remarked that it is always a proud moment to observe SVG's independence with the diaspora in the United States.
On Sunday, October 27th, we will not only be celebrating our independence, but we'll be celebrating the breaking of the colonial bondage which suppressed our people for generations. Today, we commemorate that freedom with the ceremonial raising of our national flag, alongside the flag of one of the greatest nations on earth, if not the greatest nation, the United States of America. Moments like these should not be taken for granted as we lift our profile as a people, the spirit of our people, and we elevate the name of St. Vincent and the Grenadines on the international stage. Although we are an independent nation with an independent governing system and independence of mind, there were many instances in our history which taught us that no man, no island, and no country is truly independent. Just recently, we were ravaged by the battering winds of Hurricane Beryl. We depended on so many of you to pull us out of the abyss of destruction.
Minister of Housing Randall Brewster, representing the government of SVG at today's flag-raising ceremony in New York, praised the diaspora for its unwavering support to SVG during challenging times.
But I say today that the team is fitting. I looked at it very briefly this morning, and it says for 45 years of togetherness, prosperity, and perseverance. And every word there is pregnant with meaning, because I've seen after the devastation of Hurricane Beryl, the togetherness of our people, the togetherness of those from north, south, east, and west coming together. I've seen the togetherness of our folks here in the diaspora, jumping what they have to do on a daily basis to cater to the needs of those who are severely affected. And I want to say, on behalf of the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a heartfelt thank you to our Consul General for his towering strength and work that he has done here with the people in the diaspora in making sure that the necessary aids and supplies came to our shore in our time of need.
On Independence Day, Sunday, October 27, the Empire State Building in New York is expected to lit up in the colors of SVG's flag from sunset until 2 a.m. SVG is observing its 45th anniversary of independence under the theme 45 Years of Togetherness, Prosperity and Perseverance. The East Caribbean Group of Companies, ECGC, is giving an independence gift to the OECS states, including St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The company is reducing flour prices by 5 to 10%. This reduction takes effect today, Friday, October 25th in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and November 1st in other OECS countries and Barbados. The price reduction is expected to benefit consumers, bakeries, and businesses throughout the region. The company sells prices across the OECS will be lowered on both bulk flour and the retail packaged flour sold in supermarkets. Consumers are expected to see the retail prices drop by an average of 10 cents per pound on the popular bagged out flour sold in their community stores, while premium packaged brands like Easy Bake Purity and Kerrygold flour will reflect a 30 to 90 cents decrease on the supermarket shelf. ECGC says this strategic price adjustment aligns with the independence celebrations of OECS member states, with St. Vincent and the Grenadines celebrating on Sunday, October 27th, Antigua and Barbuda on November 1st, Dominica on November 3rd, and Barbados marks its own celebration on November 30th. The country is said to benefit from ECGC flour price reductions are Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, the British Virgin Islands, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Montserrat, and the ECGC CEO Robert Cato said the price reduction was made possible by recent capital investments in the business, improved efficiency and favorable market conditions. Vincentians who are part of the Royal Navy contingent currently in SVG are soaking in all that home has to offer, including time with family. Leading hand and marine engineer Brandon De Silva, originally from Prospect, spoke with SVG-TV News on board the Captain Hugh Mulzog on Wednesday after he and his team returned from Union Island. De Silva, who has been with the Royal Navy for 6 years, expressed his appreciation for the warm welcome he and his team has received.
I've never officially returned home on work duties, so it's a good thing for me. I always wanted to do it, so I'm glad I got this opportunity to do it. I'm actually looking forward for my family to see my uniform. That'll be the first time, other than pictures.
So what was it like when you touched down at the airport and said, yeah, this is home?
So I normally come back I try to come back once a year. But just coming back with a full Navy team and seeing all the high-ranking officials were there to welcome us, and everyone's giving us celebratory attentions and that. It's good to see that they actually do look out for us. So yeah, that was good to see as well.
Okay, for you, what is the one thing that you missed when you're away?
I'd say the food. Food is one thing. That's a big thing that I miss when I'm away. I try to do as much as I can, but you can't beat your mother's cooking, I'll say.
So you've had some already?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, 100%.
Okay, what's the best thing about the food? Which food?
So I like curry. So my mum's curry, I think, is the best for me. So that's what I look forward to.
And I guess the breadfruit and...
Oh, yeah, you get the breadfruit and soups and all sorts, but curry is the main thing for me.
One of the non-nationals with the Royal Navy contingent currently in SVG is Stuart Hammond, who is immersing himself in Vincentian culture. SVG-TV News also spoke with a Royal Navy sailor on board the Coast Guard vessel on Wednesday.
SVG?
Yeah, first time out here, yeah.
What's it like for you?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really good. It's why I joined the military, is to travel and experience new places and new cultures. And it's sort of an honour to come here for the 45th anniversary and experience it, and especially see so much of my colleagues in the wider Royal Navy, meeting their friends and family, who some of them they haven't seen for ages, and I'm just fitting in and enjoying what I can. Yeah, so far so good. It's a beautiful, beautiful country, beautiful chain of islands, and look forward to seeing as much of it as I can. We've been eating local food, and sort of all the people around me have been recommending things to go and see and to do while I'm out here. So when we get a bit of free time, which I'm sure we will, I'll make the most of it.
The sailors are looking forward to the night parade on Sunday in celebrations of the country's 45th independence anniversary. The 6th annual Mudongo Festival will be held on Monday, October 28th at the Chatouille National Park in Rabuka under the theme After Breadfruit and Jackfish, Mudongo is the dish. This annual Mudongo Festival is part of the national independence activities. In an interview with the API, a general manager of the St. Vincent and Grenadines Arut Association, Selman Walters, said Mudongo contributes to SVG's food security and that the festival is a way for young people to educate themselves about the Garifuna culture, food and heritage.
So this cultural event is part of the passing on of the use what you have. Sometimes we tend to go for the imported products, but we need to go back to the point where we use what we have. We go back to the breadfruit, we go back to the bananas, we go back to the madongo, we go back to the cassava bread. It's all part of the food security, and we learn to appreciate what we have as Vincentian people. It's part of your food security, it's part of your cultural heritage and your pride as a Vincentian, national pride as a Vincentian, when you can actually pass on these local products that we're known for. We find that the preparation of Mudongo is not very well known among the younger generation. The older people know how to do the fungi and how to do the Mudongo, whether you bake it or you boil it.
Walters is inviting everyone to support the Mudongo Festival on Monday at the Chatouille National Park in Rabuka. As we celebrate SVG's 45th independence anniversary this weekend, the Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force, the SVG-PF, is assuring the public that all of its resources, human, material and technical, will be mobilized and utilized during the celebrations to ensure a safe and secure environment for everyone, reiterating that citizen security is a shared responsibility. The SVG-PF emphasizes that members of the public also have a duty to be law-abiding. The force appeals to everyone, including visitors to SVG, to respect, adhere to and comply with the laws of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The law enforcement agency stressed that anyone who breaks the law will be prosecuted to the fullest extent. The SVG-PF noted that it is aware of an incident on the Annosville tarmac, the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport, where a driver was recorded on video performing dangerous stunts in a motor vehicle during school hours in front of the girls' high school. The SVG-PF confirmed that the matter was investigated and appropriate action was taken, stating that incidents like these will not be tolerated, and reminding the public that the Road Traffic Act, motor vehicle regulations and other laws must be respected. As a consequence of the incident on the Annosville tarmac, Commissioner Enville Williams revoked the temporary driver's license of the motorists involved. The SVG-PF wishes everyone a happy, safe and incident-free independence celebration, urging members of the public to be their brother's keeper as we celebrate under the theme 45 years of togetherness, prosperity and perseverance. Here that in Ashton, Union Island, many roofs remain covered with blue tarpaulins as repairs are still on the way. However, for businesswoman Lorna Bob, the blue tarp was removed 2 weeks ago, allowing her and her mother to return home. Speaking about the repair efforts on Union Island, Bob noted that progress has been slower than expected, but she reminded residents to be patient, emphasizing that there is hope beyond the current challenges.
It could have been better, but it is what it is now. We hope with time that they will do a little better than anything else. I say we have to exercise patience. A lot of people don't have patience, and it's because of everything that is going on. So I just want to remind the people there is hope beyond the chaos. With all this chaos, there is still hope. Don't give up hope. I know how it is. Because people say, well, you're saying that because you're covered. I'm not saying that because I am covered. I am praying that everybody, every time I see somebody complete or somebody get a roof, I lift up my hands to the heavens and I say, thank you, Jesus, somebody just get a roof covered over their head. I call it the Israel journey. We're going to make it. We're going to rebuild our little island one step at a time. It could be a little better, but we'll see what will go on with that, because our buds don't really make too much goodness.
Bob, who helped prepare meals for residents immediately after Hurricane Beryl, said she was fortunate to have her electricity restored on Wednesday, the day SVG-TV News visited her home.
I was affected. I just got my roof about maybe 2 weeks ago. And I'm pleased today to say that I got electricity. And I was only fortunate to get electricity because I get back my roof and my son works for the company. So we was fortunate to have some electricity back today. I have to finish putting up some spouting. I'm not finished yet, but that I will get there with that because we wait for the process to see what's going on. But I'm out of tarpaulin. I never really lived under tarpaulin. My son was living here and I was living under galvanized. So I never had the tarpaulin experience. But it was good. I used to come up here in the day and relax. I was staying down the road, but now this is back home, doing the basic things, doing the things that I want to do around my house. Home feels good.
Bob said she waited patiently for government assistance and ultimately received support to fix her roof. However, her mother's house was totally destroyed, which caused a longer wait for its repairs.
I had help from the government to put on back my roof.
And so you were what level? I know they cut.
I was at level 1 because I only break 2 rafters. I only had 2 rafters break, and that top part of the house that didn't go. So I think I was at level 1. Yeah. That's my mom. She lost her house, so she's at level 5 maybe. But which level I am at, my mom will stay at that same level with me. She didn't go anywhere. She stayed with me. I had her from the Saturday before burial, I had her with me. I put my mother sit down right there, at that bathroom seat there. She sit down here, and I close in this and Barry lock this door here. And I lie down right here on this ground here. And my mother was sitting and I was lying down right, and I had my daughter right here.
Hurricane Beryl reportedly destroyed 98% of private homes and dwellings on Union Island. With the tourist season starting next week, some residents of the island are concerned that certain services, such as banking, may still be unavailable. One concerned resident, Melissa Ward, highlighted the challenges of not having access to these essential services.
Well, most challenge I think that we're facing now, badly in need of an ATM machine, because persons would have to go to Karaku, to get money from the bank, especially if they have foreign currencies. Like tourists will have to come, they will have to travel to Karaku, which is kind of hard. And also, for business person, it's time consuming waiting on the banks. Sometimes one person have such large deposit to do at the bank, so it's kind of time consuming. My another concern is the people in the shelter who already had a house before. I think they should cater on them, because the living condition, they probably, people will be uncomfortable being in that forum for so long. So I think the living condition for the people in the shelter, they should get their houses up.
Another resident, Felicia Dembar, is questioning the distribution of income support and other government assistance that was promised. Dembar, a small business owner, said she has been unable to register for any of the support and feel that these services should be decentralized across the island.
And my only concern is, since after the storm passed, people from different entities came to the island and were doing helping people with small business registration to get funding. And by the time we get the message on the other side of the island, the people would already leave and gone back, because we weren't getting any signal, no Wi-Fi services, nothing. So by the time we get the message on the other side of the island, the people them leave already. And then we see now on the internet that they're helping small businesses and fisher folks. But my concern is, who did the selecting, and how would we know that everybody on the island who has small businesses would get help?
Oh, like the income support as well?
Yes, like the income support.
So you registered for anything?
I haven't gotten to register for anything because, like I said, by the time we get to hear that somebody come to do registration, they're gone already because we're living on the other side of the island.
So they don't ever reach to the other side of the island?
No. Everything that comes to the island, they stay right in the town, right by the square, and that is it. So basically, like, everything is just focused on the harbor only.
Every day, many residents report visiting Clifton, hoping they will not be left out of the support being offered by the government. In other local news now, we hear that Acting Superintendent of Prisons, Dwayne Bailey, says one of their biggest concerns is managing the flow of contraband entering the prison, a challenge they are actively working to address. Superintendent Bailey, who was a guest on the Police Beat program earlier this week, discussing the topic, His Majesty's Prisons, Incarceration and Reintegration, admitted that controlling contraband has been a long-standing issue.
I think one of the biggest concerns for me is that very issue of persons obtaining cell phone while in the prisons. And two things stand out when it comes to that. The very location of both prisons, location in Kingston. It's a well-known fact that persons shoot things from outside in Powers Avenue over into the prisons, from Mackey's Hill over into the prisons, and the prisoners sometimes get their hand on him. I'd be naive to think that some members of staff don't facilitate some inmates in relation to that. It's something that concerns me gravely, and it's something that we've tried to address since I've been in the prisons. One of the biggest things for us is doing regular searches. You would hear about it from time to time, but cells and prisoners are being searched almost on a daily basis. Cell phones, drugs, which are the two major contraband that we find in the prison, it's found sometimes almost on a daily basis inside the prison.
Prison officer Garrett Clark outlined the procedures in place for visitors to minimize the entry of contraband into the prisons.
What we also do, we ensure that the standard operational procedure is followed to the T. In doing that, we were able to we get some cell phones before they get into our facilities. So that is one of the measures we use. Persons visiting the prisons, whatever if they're bringing any things for their loved ones, those things go through a stringent security check. So if there's any kind of contraband, we get it before it goes into the facility.
Superintendent Bailey highlighted some of the initiatives being considered to get the situation under control.
There is a phone system inside the prisons, where prisoners are allowed to use the phone. We have the numbers vetted. They're allowed 10 numbers. They're allowed to put credit on that phone system, and they have access to call family members. They're able to call family members and friends. Some prisoners use it, and some of them prefer to, where it's possible, use a cell phone. It's a huge problem, and it's not unique to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Every prison around the world has that issue. Even in some of the most secure facilities in the United States, they have that issue with phones. I'm not making an excuse for it. It's something that we really need to find ways of dealing and addressing with. I've even engaged the powers that be to have cell blockers, cell phone jammers, so that we could start dealing with the issues. It's something that we've spoken about, and it's something that is being considered.
Bailey further stated that there are penalties for persons caught attempting to smuggle contraband to inmates. And the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has provided an update on the ongoing investigation into the fatal fire that occurred in Georgetown on October 23, 2024, which claimed the lives of 2 young children. The force says a post-mortem examination was conducted earlier today, Friday, October 25, 2024. The examination determined that the deceased, a 1-year-old male and a 3-year-old female, died died as a result of thermal injury with charring. The SVG-PF says it continues its investigation into the circumstances surrounding the tragic incident and again extend condolences to the family and loved ones of the victims during this difficult time. Anyone with additional information that may assist with the investigation is encouraged to come forward.